Hello and welcome to Wild Logic. Here we have the Chariot at the bottom of the deck, moving quickly, deeply within, learning about the world from a new perspective, setting boundaries, and allowing our inner Empress, the divine yin, nature, nurture, art to come through. So, it is all within you, the song of 1,000 suns. Just slow down and listen. The truth has been undone. It is all within you, the freedom that you seek, the love that you have. Run from is close enough to speak. You will see it blossom. Just water it a bit. You will see it flourish. Just allow the time to fit. So there is this tension that we experience in life where we feel bound, we feel tethered, we feel tied. And that makes a lot of sense. The lives that we have lived, right? The life that you've been living has made it very difficult to feel free, to feel the love that is abundant, to really have a good perception of yourself. And this reading that I'm about to do is a energy shift reading that's going to help you shift closer into that perspective of inner freedom right now, this space within where you have all the gems, everything you need. So if you appreciate this content, hit the like button, subscribe. This is a new channel and I'm going to be putting a lot of energy into it. Okay, so what I'm seeing here at the place of self is there's been a legacy of instability internally, and that is about to change. There is a slowing down that is allowing this to happen. You are becoming your own King of Cups in this physical realm here. And this is because internally you are learning how to work with your mind and emotions. This is creating a new story of belonging. And you are learning to hold on to what matters, and there is the end is here. You no longer have to fight. It is a new era of stability and community, right? And this starts within. There's a new story that you can tell yourself starting right here, right now, that you have everything within you. This sense of freedom. Sure, the world doesn't mirror that, but as you become awakened to the truth of what's around you, you can see the patterns, you can see why it's doing what it's doing, and you can release yourself internally. And, it's been a long road for you, my friend, but the road is getting sunnier. We have the divine masculine here. This energy is coming in strong and fast and solid. It is helping you create this new vision of yourself. This new way of seeing and working with yourself internally, because you're starting to treat yourself better. You're starting to treat yourself like someone who deserves love and attention and affection. And that's affecting your ability to see. And so find your sacred flow. Here we have the Hangman. So this is suggesting that there is a moment of pause. You are taking time to really get this right, to align your mind and emotions. It's what's coming first now. Everything else is on hold. You're putting yourself first. Oh, and here we have Temperance. And this is bringing in balance, right? This Four of Pentacles energy, because you are going to be shown very clearly by the universe what you need to hold on to and what you can let go of. And so when I use these terms like the universe, it's, there's so many different ways to work with this. Nobody knows exactly what's happening, but I find it's useful to dig in a little bit, to have a set of beliefs that you hold lightly enough that you're not gonna, you're not going to cease to be open to new perspectives, but you're allowing yourself to believe something. So I allow myself to believe that the universe is responsive, working in my favor, even though there's no concrete way to prove it. But you know what? Believing it has made my life better and has helped me heal. Yeah. When it comes to the mystery, it's cool to embrace the mystery and also allow yourself to have some ground. So this is raw intention. This is getting down to the root of it, grounding yourself into the earth. What do you really, really want for yourself? What do you want to believe? Do you want to believe in a life of misery and no freedom? Or do you want to start to see the world in new ways that's going to allow you to open up and shift some of what has come to be? And with these perspectives, a perspective shift can, it gives you freedom to do a reality shift. Okay. So here we have the botanist, parenthood and legacy. And with the masculine, I'm seeing fatherhood, right? Really nurturing things, providing that support and growth. And like in the way, when it comes to plants, we're all a little bit more fathers because we're not carrying the seeds in our wombs personally, but we're participating with them. We're nurturing and growing them with them. We're tossing a baseball to them. Just kidding. We are working alongside them and perhaps like giving them structure that we want them to grow into. Here we have the weaver, rediscovery and transition. So this pause is going to give you an opportunity to see things in a new way. And it's going to stop you from overthinking and taking action unnecessarily because you're going to be in balance. And then we have viewpoints and control. And this is what we've all been dealing with in our lives for a long time, is these viewpoints that have been controlling us. And this is why it's necessary for us to do an assessment of our inner freedom, because the world can start to give us viewpoints that control us. And that's exactly what we can shift with our raw, deep intentions. So I'm really inviting you to dig in to that. Let's get some animal spirit cards to further this. Oh, and this is perfect. We have the inner teacher. We have divine feminine, the tiger. And we have lion, divine masculine. So this reading is starting to see to me this yin yang divine partnership. We got the Four of Wands, that when people come together in unity, it's really beautiful. But first we have to go within and find our own inner teacher. And often the yin is what will wake up first, and then the yang will follow, because a possibility has to start for a new way of seeing things. The possibility, the neutral state, is the state of pure freedom to build, right? It is the canvas, the opening for a new vision. So, and this is all happening within us, but it also happens in our world and partnerships. And one of the things that's really fascinating is just how our culture has really pit men and women against each other. That's bonkers, right? We all have to be together on this planet. These like gender wars are coming from another kind of division that is not rooted in freedom or love. And I think whenever we feel triggered into having issues with the opposite sex or any group, we need to look deeper into what came first. the friction between our groups or something else? What kind of viewpoints and control are we all falling under that is creating this friction? Let's look at some of these animal spirit messages here. We have the cobra, pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. The cobra represents a teacher or spiritual guardian. The cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, ever loving. The essence of the cobra is found deep within us in the form of the inner teacher and manifests externally in those special guides who've led us among our path. What would it feel like to be the student again? What are you ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So to get this inner freedom, you have to be ready to experience it. And I can't think of a better card to really represent this energy that I was coming into the reading with. When out of balance, it's a know-it-all and egocentric. So to really shift, we have to become open to not knowing and knowing. And I'd like to tell you that, there's so many schools or so many teachings, but ultimately it all comes down to the inner teacher, because whatever we learn, it's reflected within us. So it's an internal process ultimately, no matter where you go. And so I'm someone who has been taught a lot about spirituality and other things, but there was a part of me that could not let go of control, which kept me bound up and in a state of anxiety, believing in spirituality and also not believing in it. And so part of it is we have to be one with ourselves internally 100%. Really get to know yourself outside of the external. Who are you? I think most of us don't really know, and I don't know if we'll ever know, but the amount of not knowing varies to how much time we've really invested in our time with our inner teacher. So to bring into balance, taking a class or studying. And there are so many ways to study these days, which is truly beautiful. So that's beautiful. Oh, and I'm realizing that all of these cards are fire cards, which hasn't, I don't think, ever happened. So this is really about energy work. This is about your own internal energy. The tiger is lunar force, ease and darkness, feminine energy. The tiger hunts at night, at one with the silence, fearing nothing. This card reminds us to take in the wild darkness, to allow the lunar forces to soothe and heal our spirits. Sensuality, receptivity, and devotion are all heightened in the midnight hour. And the tiger takes advantage of these boons. Spend some time in silence this evening, drinking in the potent calm. There is nothing to fear in the stillness except the awakening of your own power. And so the question I have coming down is, what are you holding back on knowing because you're afraid? What are you afraid of being wrong about? Because the truth is the actual truth can never be spoken. So even as I'm sharing these words here, and they are meaningful because they're providing resonance and things that can click in, ultimately what I am saying is not the truth. It's something that might be resonating within you. But there are these ways that we are all holding ourselves back. At least many people, I would say, because there is this kind of fear that has been built into us, crafted into us. I mean, particularly here, like I live in the United States, where we are taught to conform and to fear our inner wisdom. And right now I'm touching my heart. So maybe you want to touch your heart and take a deep breath and ask yourself, if you could know anything for certain, what would you want to know? Because although the words diminish its meaning, you exist, which is beyond expression, and you are loved. I guarantee you that. Even if you've taught to not allow yourself access to it, you are profoundly, perfectly loved, and perfect in a very different way than perfectionism. That the whole of you is loved, that there is not a single aspect of you that is not loved because it exists. Existence is love. So that's the message from the tiger. Let's hear from the lion. Patient, regal, a complete master. The lion is a master of the fire element and the living mascot of self-transformation. A lion personality dedicates their life to personal and spiritual growth. This dedication inspires some and intimidates others. Therefore, the lion is respected by all, but known intimately by few. Some mistake the lion as hard to access or aloof, yet those with a keener eye know better. Lions are observant, stealth, and precise in their words and actions. They do not waste energy or resources. This card reminds us that self-mastery is available to all, no matter where our quest begins. And this really is the integration of this inner teacher, the darkness and the self-mastery that comes. When in balance, the epitome of peace and strength. When out of balance, withdrawn and too serious. And I find myself getting a little serious here, you guys. To bring into balance daily meditation and friendship. And this can be friendship with a domestic lion, a cat, or a dog, or a tree. You know, friendship is an interesting concept these days because some of these binds come in the form of friendship. So I wouldn't don't sweat it if you're not close to people, or if there's a side of yourself you are keeping internal right now, because that can be beautiful. This journey can be quite individual. And I have to say that there are many, many interesting teachers and perspectives on YouTube to connect with. And there's also this opportunity to connect with yourself through meditation, through walks in nature, through dancing, through study, through communion in nature. Did I already say nature? Anyway, folks, the freedom that you seek is within. And it's quite simple. Study and meditate. And wow, I'm already forgetting the message of the tiger. Oh, I don't know if I said it. So I think I've missed some of the tiger. When in balance, it's passionate, strong, and sensual. And when out of balance, overstimulated. So to bring into balance, candle gazing. So Here's a little bit of candle for you. So meditation with a candle. I know there's some chunks in there. Don't worry. I'm going to keep an eye on it, friends. And I just switched candles for this reading. So that's interesting. Yes. Meditation, study, and candle gazing. And for anyone that hasn't gazed into a candle in a dark room, it's really powerful. It's a powerful form of meditation that will start you actually to light that inner spark, to bring that freedom back, that awareness back. Folks say that it builds the pineal gland. A lot of people say a lot of different things, but the measure is how you feel internally. And on my journey, I definitely questioned myself constantly, needed to be correct, needed to be right, needed to have all of the answers. And the truth is, I never will. So then what do you do, right? What do you do when things cannot be absolutely proven? You walk a path of beauty as best you can. And that comes to starting to understand that you have your inner freedom, you are love, that this world has been shaped in a way that challenges us to grow those aspects powerfully. And I invite you to accept that challenge. And it was so beautiful to share this message here with you. Those walking along the path, developing your inner master. I wish you well. If you enjoyed this message, please subscribe, click like, leave a message. I'd love to hear from you. I'm very eager to get to know all of you. How are you doing? How can I help? I am here. All right. Until next time, be well.